So I'm going to be doing my first shoe review today. And to start it off, these are the results from my run today. 7.44 miles with 1,086 feet of gain in 1 hour 11 minutes, which puts me at a 9:34 pace. So that's kind of like my average medium distance run. And I did that in these shoes. So this shoe is called the Nnormal Kjerag. It's from like a new boutique brand, right? The shoes I was wearing before that were these A6 Fuji Light 4 trail shoes. Unfortunately for these guys, ever since I got these like 5 weeks ago, these guys have been sitting, collecting dust. Because why would I use the A6 Fuji Light 4, which is a great shoe by the way, when I have these, the best shoe I've ever owned? So I have 200 miles in these shoes, so I think that's like a reasonable benchmark to do a review at. But if you're familiar with these shoes, you'll know that the main marketing pitch is that they are incredibly durable, lasting the creator over 1,000 miles per pair. So I'm heavier than that guy. I'm 185 pounds at 6'1", or 187 centimeters at about 84, 85 kilograms. So that means any shoe will last me less distance than the average trail runner because I'm bigger. But since these are so durable, and you can tell, like they are, or I can tell, that makes me hopeful that I can get about 600 or so miles in these shoes, which is pretty good. Like normally you'd have to stretch your shoe to get that distance. With these, that's like the standard. Like if you should be getting 600 miles, even if you're heavier like me. And so the upper is fantastic. Like I said, these are the best shoes I've ever owned. So I'm not like a super shoe nerd. I've only had a few pairs of my shoes in my whole life. So I am not the most perceptive. I'm not the guy to go to for a legit review. This is just to post a video really for myself. But if I'm gonna give it a rating, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Not because it's perfect. I mean, I'm sure it could get better, but I've never experienced that. These are the best shoes I've had. So this is the new standard of excellence for me, meaning it's a 10 out of 10. Whereas these ones, probably like an 8 out of 10. That does not mean they're a shitty shoe. They're a great shoe. But this is more of like a daily trainer, slow miles shoe. Whereas this is like a fucking all-rounder versatility out the ass. Fucking daily trainer, race shoe, ultra marathon shoe. I mean, I say ultra marathon kind of arrogantly because the longest run I've ever done was in these shoes at 30 miles. Okay, technically my watch said 29.24 miles, but I'm gonna round up to 30. Actually, I'm gonna round up to 31 so that I can hit that 50K mark. So yeah, I say ultra marathon when really the longest run I've done is 48K, but these were fantastic. I had tried the same run, the full Wildwood in Portland, Oregon, if you're familiar, in these 1 week prior, and I only made it 20 miles before I tapped out. And I think the shoes are a big part of that. I think this shoe has better energy return. These shoes are more like plush. It's like fucking running on pillows, right? and they're super comfortable. But these shoes, it feels effortless. It feels, they're very lightweight. Like, this shoe feels like at least 30% lighter. I'm not actually sure what the stats are, but they do flex their weight stat, so I think you can be safe to assume that it's a light shoe. But it fits me like a glove. In these, I'm a 12.5. In these, I'm a 12. Fits my foot perfectly. They just fade away. They dissolve. It becomes one with your foot. My first impression was a little bit disturbing because this is a way firmer midsole than the Fuji-Light 4. And I was not used to that. But I was kind of overthinking it because the third run I ever did with this was the 29 miler, so clearly I was putting a lot of faith in it. And yes, now I don't know if it's firm anymore because this is just the new standard for me. Like, however many miles I get in it, I'm gonna get a new pair of these next. And while I say that, it reminds me of the worst thing for me about this shoe, which is when it arrived, it had this insanely powerful fucking sweet chemically smell that was disturbing. It fucking filled the room. I have a studio apartment. It filled the fucking room completely. So I had to have the windows open. Took like 2 weeks. Like, I could be driving in the car to the trailhead and I would be smelling my shoes the whole time. So that was kind of disturbing to me personally. I think I'm more bothered by things like that than most people, for sure. But I'm happy to report that it is mostly faded away now. Yes, so as you can see, I'm not the best reviewer, but I can tell you this: it's snappy. It is non-invasive. It blends into your foot. It is firm. It is high energy return. It makes you run faster. It makes you want to run farther. It makes you want to go on that run, even when you feel like shit. This is a fucking great shoe. I know I sound like a fanboy right now, but I kind of am. I do have an emotional connection to this shoe because I've had the best runs of my life in this shoe. Yeah. The outsole, very grippy, can handle anything. Some people say that they wish the lugs were a little bit bigger. I don't really care. Like, I don't run in fucking swamps or snow, so I run on rocks, gravel, and buff trails, so this is more than enough to handle that. But it doesn't get torn up by the gravel either, though, so. Also, one of the best parts about the shoe is just the aesthetics, right? Like, the picture does not do it justice. The photos online on the website, you guys need to, those photos look like shit compared to the real thing. They do not do them justice. The colorway is amazing. It's like kind of like an icy. Don't get the black one. Don't get the gray one. Get the one that says like green or blue or some shit. It's like icy. It's fucking beautiful. Makes you look sexy as hell on the trails. Makes you look like a fashionista, fashion runner. Get these shoes. They're fucking great. 130 bucks. And I got them on sale. I think these are normally 160 bucks. 130 bucks, 195 bucks. So there's definitely a big difference there, but you get what you pay for. These should last at least twice as long as these. These have 215 miles in them. I probably could get another 100, but I just don't want to because I want to wear these instead. So these have been collecting dust for the past month or so. So I feel sorry for these shoes because I loved them. They were the best shoe I'd ever had before these. I think this shoe has like is increased my motivation to run a lot just from putting the shoes on my feet. So with these, I was running like 30 miles per week. Now I'm running like 45 miles per week just because I'm fucking eager, because it feels effortless. It feels effortless. You feel like a beast. You can do those long runs. It will take you the distance. You will feel good. You'll feel fucking good. You'll look good. Get these fucking shoes. They feel luxurious. They are luxurious. Best shoe I've ever had. Nnormal Kjerag. Get them. And dude, holy shit, I sound like the most aggressive salesman ever, but I mean, maybe I should try a few different types of shoes to find what I really like, but I mean, I don't think I'm gonna find something that beats this for my personal taste, for my personal foot, my personal foot shape. This shit fits like a fucking glove. Fits like a fucking glove. People online say go down half a size, full size. Let me tell you. Okay, I already said this, I think, but in this I'm a 12 and a half in American size, US size, which is 11 and a half UK, 47 Europe. In these I'm a 12 US, which is also an 11 and a half UK, 46 and a half Europe. In my everyday walking around shoes, this is 11 and a half or 11. But these shoes fit big, Brett. But the point is, go down half a size. It'll fit you like a fucking glove. Do not, I think a lot of people get scared away because you can't really try these on in store, but fuck it. It's worth it. If your foot does not fit the shoe, make it fit. You will fucking do foot binding, break your feet in order to fit in the shoe because it's that good. Okay, just to show what kind of runs I'm doing in this shoe. On Sunday I did this 19 miles with just under 3,800 feet of gain. For my metric people out there, that's a little bit over 30K with a little bit under 1,200 meters. So that was a 3 hours, 16-minute run. So yeah, I can handle long runs, is the point I'm trying to make. Then I did this one a few days before that, 16.35 miles, 3,005 feet of gain, 2 hours, 46 minutes. So that's a 10-minute, 11-mile pace, 10-minute, 11 seconds. So this shit can handle the long runs. Here, one last example. Nah, you guys get the fucking point. Get the shoe. Next up, I'm gonna do a review on this watch, Coros Pace 3. Trying to get the dog to do the animation there. He's in the dog bowl. The dog bowl is the battery. Luckily, the battery is fully charged. And that's about it. Leave a comment, ask me a question about anything. I will respond it in video format, no matter what topic it is about. This is the first video I'm doing that is a shoe review. So let me know if you like it, or if you have any other shit you want me to talk about. I will talk about anything in the world. I am a political science major, so lots of fucking political videos could be made, but I don't know if I want to go into that niche, although I know I'm right on everything. But yeah, And by right, I mean left, if you catch my drift. Nnormal Kjerag.